A story is told of a young man who was staying in the United States of America. Wangapi wanapenda siku moja na wao wapatikane in the United States of America? Thank you. Wengine wanataka kukaa Kisii town. Si kweli? A story is told of a young man who was staying in the United States of America. And because he worked very hard in his studies, he was called for an interview. And the interview was in another state, very far from where he was staying. Tunaelewana lakini? Huyu mwanaume alikuwa anaishi wapi? Hello? Amjazoea kuongea nini ndio now? Nyinyi mmewafunza aje? A story is told of a man who was staying in which country? United States of, and he was invited for an interview because he worked very hard. So when he was invited for that interview, he had to go a day earlier. And because the interview was very, very far, he was to spend at that place. So when he went there, he looked for a place so that he could rest. And he entered into one restaurant. Hallelujah. He entered into one. Fortunately, he met his long-term friends. Hallelujah. Tunaelewana lakini? He met who? His long-term friends. And he was so excited. He was so happy because he had met his friends. But in that restaurant, at a certain corner, seated a black woman. No. You know, this young man was a white, and in one corner, there was one black woman. Then, this young man, because he had met his friends, he called the waiter and said, "Waiter, serve everybody in this restaurant, apart from that black woman with a black hat." Hello? Serve who? Everybody in the restaurant, apart from who? That black woman with a black. Am I communicating? So the waiter did exactly what he was told, what he was instructed. Again at around 10:30 p.m., the same man called again the waiter and shouted, "Waiter, serve everybody in this restaurant, apart from that black woman with a black one." No. Now, the waiter was not so very happy. And during all these times, this black woman was hearing what this young man was saying. But to his surprise, even when the man was shouting that serve everybody, apart from that black woman with a black hat, the woman just smiled. Hello? The woman just? Alikuwa anapiga. How do we say? To smile in Kiswahili? That one. Now, then the man was surprised. And he went to the waiter, asking the waiter, "Is that woman crazy? How comes that she's smiling?" And the waiter was so angry with the young man. And he asked the young young man, are you also crazy? Do you know that the woman seated at the corner is the owner of this restaurant? And do you know that she's the one who will determine the outcome of your interview tomorrow? Kama ingekuwa wewe ungefanya nini? Tafakari hayo. Read the book of James, chapter 3, verse number 7. Can I have somebody reading James chapter 3, verse number 7?